Well, as you can see, I'm at home. Uh, Pretty sure you can figure out what that's all about. Anyway, I was going through some notes. Uh, Funny thing about, taking notes is always good, and holding on to your notes is always good. For a person like me that's been doing this for a long time, uh, going back through those notes sometimes reminds you of where you were, and sometimes it'll remind you where you have kind of strayed to, and you need to come back to where you were. For example, if you're an entry technician, one of the most difficult things you have is telling a customer something went wrong. And it's called delivering bad news, right? So, as a tech, there's no easy way out. There's no easy way out of a situation like that. So I thought I'd share some notes that I have. And basically, it's kind of like a little 1, 2, 3 step thing to help you be a better tech and take care of the customer. It says, first of all, when delivering bad news, you listen to the customer, answer any questions the customer might have, clearly explain why you cannot fulfill the request, suggest alternatives, citing their benefits, repeat the benefits of the decision, let the customer know what your action plan is to solve the challenge, of course, whatever the problem is. Reassure the customer that the situation will be resolved. And last, follow up and make sure the customer satisfied. When you reassure the customer that the situation will be resolved, that means you did your homework. You made sure that, hey, you misdiagnosed the problem and you wet the bed. Now you're gonna have to circle the wagons, do your research, make sure it's gonna take care of the problem. Sometimes you might even want to go as far as doing the repair to verify uh, that it is going to fix the problem, depending on what the situation is, and you'll move on from there. Uh, you know, that's one of the toughest things about when you're a tech. I was watching a Train by Techs, and they were talking about a guy had gone to class and he looked at a common rail diagnosing procedure on a BMW, and then he went to his shop, thought he had it figured out, made the wrong call, installed the pump, and didn't fix it. Come to find out that the system he had was different than the type of system they were talking about during the training. So again, specific training for specific models is critical. You cannot pile them all into one. I've seen too many guys do that. They work on a Cummins, they go to a Packard, and they're opposite. You go from a Cummins to a DDC, they're different. I mean, some things are somewhat similar, some things are not, some things are way different. So you got to know the product. But the point here is, before we go off track, is, when you have to, you know, uh, take care of a problem, you're going to take care of a problem. You know what I mean? Uh, they used to teach us it's your moment to own it. And I used to work for a pretty good company, worldwide company, and they had a habit of every 6 months, for one day, they would pull you out of the shop or the field, bring you into their training center, and they would actually go over specific situations where something went wrong, because that happens all the time. And we had to make it right, and they tell us how they worked it out, and then of course some of them, it didn't work out. We lost a customer, and that's the thing, that you don't want to lose a customer, because once you lose a customer, it's true, for every pissed off customer you got, he's going to tell 100 people or more. For that one customer that thinks the world of you, he might get you 2 or 3 customers over 5 years. But it's just the way of the nature of the beast. But anyway, I thought it was a quick little tip, especially for the entry level techs. And I really appreciate you guys watching. Hey, leave a comment, tell me what you think. I got some other notes if you want me to share.